Nanti I welcome, introduce, uh, and then I say a bit about the objective. Lepas tu I invite Dr. Badri ya. Is that okay?
Ya betul. Yes.
Betul kan?
Ah,
And then in between dia punya presentation tu tak ada sessions kan?
tak ada session maksudnya macam mana doktor?
Tak ada moderating lah, tak ada break kan? Dia straight je kan?
Ya.
Kan? Uh, and then Q&A lah lepas tu kan?
Ya betul.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam bro.
Assalamualaikum.
Welcome, welcome. I'm online, okay?
Okay, Prof. Testing, testing. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sound okay ke semua? Is it okay? Is my voice is clear? Sebelum mute. Dr. Meor, my voice is clear?
I think can be a bit louder, just a bit louder,
It is clear, but it should be louder.
just a bit louder.
Yeah.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. Okay, brother, Dr. Meor, you can proceed now. Thank you.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And very good morning to everyone. I hope you can hear me as well. Is the audio clear, Prof? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank
I
you.
can hear you.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining us. Today we'll have a very special session. We have with us Associate Professor Dr. Nazrah Ahmad, Deputy Dean of Academic and Internationalization. And then we have our esteemed speaker, Associate Professor Dr. Badri Najib bin Zubir, and then of course my distinguished and much beloved colleagues at the Kuliah. Welcome to this online workshop titled The Development of Final Exam Assessment Packages, hosted of course by the Kuliah and the Office of the Deputy Dean of Academic and Internationalization. I think this would be an interesting session for several reasons. Of course, the things that we will discuss in this session will come and haunt us, not at the beginning of the session, but as we get to the conclusion of it. And I was thinking about what this session really means to us, both in spirit and in terms of its operationalization. And then it caught my mind, of course, at IUM, right? We know the motto of the university. This is the garden of knowledge and virtue. So at the very start, I think I will invite my colleagues to think of it this way. In terms of assessments and final exam questions, of course, each of us are our own groundskeeper. It's a garden. Each of us are our own groundskeeper of our own garden. Of course, we are the ones who inspect, we prune, and then we nurture. But sessions like this, right, I hope, in my mind, helps us as individual gardeners as well. It'll be helpful if we can agree on, roughly speaking, what kind of healthy soil, what kind of robust plants, what kind of proper pruning, what are the practices that will be useful across the board. So maybe in assessment terms, this would mean asking questions like maybe what is rigor, what is fairness, what is clarity, how do we measure so and so and so and so. So this morning, of course, we are very honored to have with us Associate Professor Dr. Badri Najib bin Zubir as our speaker. Of course, Dr. Badri is well known for his sort of efforts and work in curriculum design, assessments, quality assurance, and things like this. Of course, he will be guiding us through the key elements in designing what is effective and what is balanced in terms of exam and assessment packages. Myself, of course, I'm Dr. Meor Alif bin Meor Azalan. I'll be moderating the session. And just before we invite our beloved speaker, let me just very quickly go through the objectives of the workshop. Today we intend to look at 5 things. Number 1, align learning outcomes with assessment questions. Number 2, ensure balanced distribution of questions in terms of difficulty, easy, moderate, difficult. I think this one many of us are familiar with. Number 3, to incorporate higher order thinking skills. Number 4, improve clarity of instructions and appropriateness of marks allocation. And then number 5, of course, to comply with things like formatting, language, and quality assurance standards. So without further ado, Dr. Badri, okay? Ready? Okay. I now invite Associate Professor Dr. Badri Najib bin Zubir to begin the workshop. Of course, Dr. Badri, the floor is yours.
Okay, they are handling the technical thing a moment. Okay.
While we wait, just to remind everyone, there is the
No, sorry.
attendance in the chat, and then at
One
the end
moment.
of the session, at the end of the session, we will open it up for Q&A. What I'll do is that I will take questions either from the chat, or if you're raising your hands, or if you're interjecting, that's fine. And then hopefully we'll keep the questions roughly brief, so that we can maybe entertain as many questions as possible. I think that should be the flow for today. We target to take questions around about maybe closer to 11:30 to 12 like this.
Okay. 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 Because we have two computers
Okay, it sounds
nearby
better.
each other. So now, dia kat bawah ni je ni. Yang ber apa nama? Yang ber sekarang pakai ni. Lihat komputer ni. Okay. Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me well?
Yes, no echo.
Daripada All right. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. It gives me great pleasure to be with all of you today, so that inshallah we will be able to go through this sharing session, and we will be able to do some practical things. This is not going to be a lecture. Instead, I'm going to give something for everyone to work on. So it's very hands-on, and do not expect that I am going to present multi PowerPoints, because this is going to be a practical session, so that what we learn in this morning, we will be able to implement right after, inshallah. So thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks to everyone for tuning in, and let's start. All right. So the first thing I put up on the screen here, I think you can see that, is the verse from Surah Al-Mulk, the first two verses of Surah Al-Mulk. All right. So, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور. So the translation is as written here: blessed is he in whose hand is the dominion, and he is able to do all things. He who has created death and life, that he may test you which of you is best indeed. And he is the Almighty, the oft forgiving. So the reason why I brought up this verse is actually this part. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created life and death because it's going to be a test for us. Allah does not need to test us for him to know something, because his knowledge is eternal. It was not based on prior ignorance and then comes to knowledge. Allah knows all the way, all the time. But nevertheless, he informed us that he created life and death so that there is an element of test which will happen on us, upon us. So now, in our situation as lecturers, what do we do? We test our students. So we as lecturers test our students in most circumstances after we have taught them. Okay, why did I say in most circumstances after we have taught them? Because in our university, there is an Arabic placement test and English placement test. Or now it is called Arabic proficiency test and English proficiency test. The students who are registering this month as new students of IUM, they are going to take those two tests without being taught prior to the test by us or by any one of the university lecturers over here. But when we are talking about the faculty courses, the kuliah courses, we as lecturers test students after we have taught them. And in the end, we want to know their levels of achievement. We want to know their levels of achievement. So now, if we look at the natural order of things, people are expected to have different levels of achievement. That is the normal thing in this world. But can there be a situation where everybody has the same level of achievement? Normally, that can happen if we set the bar low. If we set the bar low. So how do we set the bar low? For example, if we say everybody who can jump half a meter will get an A. And we test 100 students. 100 students will get A. Because the test has a very low bar of achievement. Okay? That is one possibility. Another possibility is like this. You give maybe slightly a more difficult challenge, but you are very generous in giving marks. Can you understand that? You give what seemed like a moderate question or more difficult question, seems you give something that is more challenging. For example, let's say somebody who can jump 1 meter, and then you line up 100 students to jump 1 meter. And 60 students jump over 1 meter. So definitely they deserve to get A, because you say anybody who jumps over 1 meter will get an A. But there are some students, 40 students, for example, they jump and got 950 cm. 950 cm. By right, they are not supposed to get A, because you say that for you to get A, you must jump more than one meter. But because you are generous in giving marks, you said, like the Malay say, cincai lah. Let it go. Because this is very close, you round off. 950 you consider as 1 meter. So 40 of those who score, who jump 956, 960, 970, 972, 40 of those, you still give A. That can happen or not? Yeah, can happen. So similarly, when we have the examination, the reason why the university decides there must be different levels of difficulty is to get us to be able to differentiate the students that we taught, who among them, like this one, who among them is the best. And who among them who are not so good, so that we can have a differentiation. But if your question is low, is set, the achievement for you that you set is low, then most likely everybody will get A, based on the low bar that you set. So what will happen? The students, when they go outside, and then people who employ them or people who deal with them look at their grade, and they look at the grade, this is A, their thinking is that this is somebody who is good. And then if that person is not really good, but he gets an A just because you set the bar very low, then that person will be disappointed and he will think that, oh, this is not really A. In fact, it is something that is happening now with regard to our university as well. We don't trust the A. Can anybody I can interact with you. Anybody can give me evidence that our university does not trust A? As a matter of fact, not as assumption or anything. This is a matter of policy. Our university does not trust an A. Can anybody think of an evidence for this?
Salam, Dr. Badri.
Yeah. Yes.
Perhaps our moderation exercise when we have so many A's, and that's an evidence of we don't necessarily trust A's, and we need to look at the grades again.
That is one particular instance, but that one is not. It's not. What do you call throughout the whole situation. It can happen in certain cases only. Because the kuliah or the KBOE does not check every single course. But the A that the university does not trust, I tell you, is what? The A in English at SPM level. True or not? If the university trusts A at SPM level, why do we have English proficiency test? Dr. Wan Madiha.
Yep.
Somebody who has an A in English, would you accept him or her right into the Bachelor of English Language and Literature?
Not necessarily. No.
Not necessarily. Because we don't trust the A and SPM. What do we trust? For example, we trust IELTS. Because somebody who comes with band 6 in IELTS, we say, oh, no need for you to take EPT. And why is that? Because we believe in the consistency of IELTS. And whether we like it or not, maybe the ministry will not be happy with this. In actual fact, deep inside, we don't trust the consistency of SPM result. Because some of those who get A are not really A. And what is the reason for that? Because the questions are poor? Not because the questions are poor. The question, 10 times more vigorously reviewed than what we do at the faculty. So what is the contributing factor then? The contributing factor is actually the marking. Because we do not feel that the marking is rigorous enough for us to feel confident that somebody who is given A in English at SPM level is really band 6 material, let alone band 9. So now, that's why we need to figure out two things. Number one, how to set the questions in the right way, or the challenge, whatever the challenge means assessment, in the right way. But we are going to deal more with exam question or test questions in this session. This is number one, how we set the questions. Number two, how we ensure that marking is up to the scratch, has the required standards, meets the required standard. Okay, so this brings us to the things, the three key principles of assessment. I think this has, for those who have joined the university for quite some time, maybe this has been repeated to you several times. But for those who have just joined, maybe you have gone through this in the BTMC, for example. But but it's worth, just going through to refresh. So number one, the first principle is fairness, which means that, as mentioned here, every student is given an equal opportunity to demonstrate what they know and can do. For example, the equal opportunity, I'm going to give an extreme example to make it easy to understand. For example, if we teach in our course 30 students, and we have a group of students that we feel are very, very committed, for example, and then we do extra classes for them because we love them. And then in the end, we test them. And for the group that we love, we give hints about what is going to come out. So can that be considered every student is given equal opportunity to demonstrate what they know or what they can do? No longer level playing field, because we have made our bias get into the situation. All right. Fairness also about, for example, in terms of one of the things, of course, the conditions, for example, are the same. And part of fairness also is about the right level. For example, you cannot ask PhD levels to questions to bachelor students. So it's against fairness. Okay. Number one, that is number one. Number two, validity. So assessment is valid if it actually measures what is intended to measure. So for example, I mean, again, I just give a very easy example, and then everybody has to think about their own courses. For example, if you want to teach somebody to be able to read the Quran properly, what should be the test? If you say you want to teach somebody so that he is able to read the Quran properly, what is meant by read here? So now, if we mean by read tilawah cannot happen by writing. Tilawah can only happen by the person verbalizing the words. So if you want to test, because the word read in English mean you look at the words and you figure out the meaning. That is reading. That's one meaning of reading. So another one is to verbalize, to utter. Now for the Quran, if you say to read means tilawah, and there is no verbal test for the course. So actually, the test is not valid, because you can ask, the student. You can write, for example, I mean, if I want to give an extreme example, if you put in the question paper, read this verse, can you record the the voice on the question, on the answer script? You cannot. So it doesn't work. But if you ask theoretical questions, okay, what is the hukum ikhfa? What are the huruf of ikhfa? What is idgham? What is idgham mutamathilain? Yeah, you can ask them. They can memorize and they can give good answers. But can they really do practically how the idgham works, how the ikhfa works? If you don't test them by hearing from them reading, then the test is actually not the right test has not been executed or implemented. You can have the section on theory so that you can test the theoretical knowledge, but if you depend on that alone for a tilawah course, then the validity is not there. And then reliability. So reliability, it means that, for example, now if we go for research, for example, we normally say, are we going to be able to replicate? So if paracetamol, for example, paracetamol test was done on a group, and then we replicate the test on a second group, will the same result happen? So if the same result happen, then there is consistency. In our situation, when we are dealing with a subjective assessment, because what is written, there is an element of subjectivity, and all the more reason for us to control the process, because it means that we cannot have something that is considered excellent by one person and another expert will consider this absolutely rubbish. There must be certain criteria so that when two experts look at the same thing, we don't expect, exact what you call marks to be given, but more or less a similar range. This is what we do with regard to, for example, PhD thesis, for example. We send it to 3 examiners. And most of the time, the 3 examiners will come to the same conclusion because the criteria is already set. And this is another test that another challenge to see whether the reliability is there or not. I set the question. I mark one student. And for that student, the result of my marking is that the students get 70, for example. And then the same answer script is given to another expert, he will reach the same range of grade also. Maybe he gives 71 or he gives 72, but within the same level of achievement. So if that is the case, and not only this happens for the 2 students, I mark 10 answer scripts. The answer script, before marking, we photocopy the answer scripts, for example, and then we divide to 2%. We give 10 copies to one person and another 10 to another person, but those are the same scripts. If the results of the marking is the same, which means the similar grade, then it means that there is reliability. It means that the marking does not depend on the subjectivity of the person doing that alone. It has certain criteria, and that criteria ensures, the consistency of the award of marks for the things that the students have shared in the answer script. So we have fair. So in short, it means no bias and there is an equal chance. It measures the right thing, and reliable consistency in terms of awarding the grades. So when I say awarding the grade, the way we reached the grade, there are a few ways of reaching the grade, because sometimes it is based on accumulation of marks. Sometimes it is based on impression, because we have certain rating, for example, like we do for the thesis, the PhD thesis, for example. We don't give, mark in the sense that, okay, this part is how many marks out of 20 or 15 or whatever. But we give a rating for each item. Okay, literature review, what is the rating? From 1 to 5, for example. So in the end, a certain grade is assigned, is awarded to the student. So the consistency of arriving at the grade is something that comes under reliable. So if everyone is clear about this, that's why the university requires the test or the exam to have different levels of difficulty for questions. Because that is the first requirement to ensure that we can have we can gauge different levels of achievement among the students. But as I mentioned to you, even if the question is good, the marking must be equally good. Because if the questions are set in the right way, but the marking is not good, then the reliability is affected. And maybe even the fairness is affected. Because, for example, if somebody writes, this is something that we hear a lot in educational institutions, in universities. Sometimes the students who write more is given more marks. What do you call grading by weighing. So this is number one, not reliable, and it affects also the issue of fairness, because it means that you are not really reading it in order to award a grade or points to the student. All right, so now we come to the practical part. In our kuliah, we want the lecturer, for example, to to do the test specification. All right. So now I want to go through the test specification with you, and then we can come to the practical part. I think I will stop sharing before I find the document. Otherwise, it's too messy for all of you. And then it's in the recording as well. Okay, so far, do you have anyone have any question? All right. So now, let's come to this one.
Dr. Badri, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Regarding fairness,
Hmm?
you mentioned just now that everyone should have equal chance and opportunity lah,
Hmm.
in terms of the ability to conduct or do something, right, in relation to the assessment. Let's say if we want the students to conduct an interview, conduct interview with the locals,
Mm-hmm.
and we divide them into groups, right? And then we have international students. They do not have the ability to converse in Bahasa. So does that mean it's not fair to them?
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely. It's
but
something that we need to work out how to mitigate that situation.
okay,
Hmm.
okay, okay. Thank you,
All
thank
right.
you.
So now let's come to this one. This is the table of test specifications. Maybe I have to, maybe I can share, not to brag, but it's actually the real situation. The table of test specification that is being used by the kuliah was developed when I was uh, deputy dean of the kuliah, and it has stayed all this while until now. So that's why uh, I am brave enough to maneuver with this, because I figured developed the form along with Dr. Maskana also at the time. Maskana has retired, so that is the birth, if we can say, of that form. Um, so now I translate that into an Excel sheet. So from there, I will show you how easy it is when you use Excel sheet. Maybe 50% of the headache is gone, or maybe even more. All right. So now, for example, of course, you have to put in your course title. So let's say I just put outcome-based education, for example. Let's Okay. And the course code, let's say IRKH, okay, or maybe psychology, because this is um, 2, 3, 2, 4. Okay, for example. So now, you see, in the university's policy, it's already defined. This is the percentage range as in policy. So what is termed as easy should be 30% to 40%. Moderate, 30 to 40% also. Difficult, 20 to 30. So now, I want you to try to get your head around this. The difficult question is supposed to be achievable by the highest achievers in the class. And those with lower level of achievement, lower level of comprehension and also understanding or mastery of the course will not be able to tackle the difficult question. Now, if you think like that, what will happen in terms of the score? So now, I am going to say, for example, if we have a 100, the marks for the exam is 100. So I put 100 there. 100 there. And this is already automated. Now you are going to assign, let's say this one, you have to think about how you are going to distribute. So now for easy, let's say if you want to, for your course, you want only 30%. It's okay because it's within the range. For the moderate, you want 40%, for example. And then you already have 70. So you have no choice but to take 30 for the difficult question. Now, if you look at this, the students who are not high achievers and they are not able to answer the difficult question, it means that their difficult question, their score is 0. But this one, they are going, let's say they score 36, and this one maybe they score 25, maybe higher, maybe let's say 27, for example. So now, what is the result? The total. The total is 63. And 63 is B. So this is a B student. Make sense or not? Makes sense because, I mean, he is not high achiever. And that's why he is only able to answer easy and moderate questions. He cannot answer the difficult questions. But just imagine if you do not have difficult question. You have 50 moderate and 50 easy. Of course, this is again against the policy. Now, from here, if the students get 45 and then 40, the student will get which grade in our university? What grade will the student get? 85. 85 is what? 85 is A. So it means that this student gets an A in his transcript for the course that you teach, whereas he is capable of doing easy and moderate only. You have not tested him about the difficult question. So now, if you want, I want to give an analogy. It's like this. You have the pool, and the pool is normally you have the shallow end and the deep end. So you test the student not by asking him to swing from the shallow end to the deep end, but you ask him to across from one side of the shallow end to the other side of the shallow end. And then if he's struggling, he can put the leg down on the pool floor. And then you say, oh, he's very good, great swimmer. You give A. Is that really A? No, because you have not tested him where it really matters. But we cannot deny he is able to swim, because you test him swimming from one shallow end to the other shallow end. It means that he shows the ability to swim, but the ability is at the challenging level or not. You didn't test him at the deep end. Whereas at the deep end, many things can happen. So that's why it makes sense that the policy says there must be a differentiation for this. So now I have made it easy. Now, if you want to use this later on, you can see that it auto calculates, right? So you don't need to do your to use your calculator anymore and make mistakes about the calculation and all this thing. Now, for example, if you have this course, let's say we call it outcome-based education. Yes, Dr. Ali. Sorry, Dr. Abdul Hamid.
Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Waalaikumsalam.
Yeah, the problem, Prof, is when it comes to the differentiation. You say this is easy, this is difficult, this is moderate. The issue is who exactly determines, decides, because it might
No.
be.
Okay, stop there, Doctor. I have not come to that.
Okay.
You exercise sabr, and we'll come to that.
Inshallah.
Man istajala syai' qabla awanihi uqiba bihirmanihi. Okay, so now I'm just telling you, the simple thing first, just to input the number so that you don't have to do the calculation anymore. All right. So now this course, what is the total mark of the examination? Normally it's 40. Most of the courses are 40. All right. Now, this one, the instruction is what? Determine the percentage you want for each level, which means you determine what is the percentage that you want. From 30 to 40, you decide. Is it 30? Is it 35? Is it 40? Whatever. So now, many, I have done the Arabic version with the IRK group earlier, but some of them I see that they have also attended. They have also come for this session. Thank you very much. So most of them opted for 40, 20. So in this Excel sheet, I have put colors in certain boxes. So if after a while, after I've shown this, I'm going to give you the link to that document. When you open, don't mess with boxes that are not in green. You work on the boxes that are colored in green only. So don't mess with this because the calculation is automatic. Only the green colored boxes. So another possibility, if you choose 30, and then you want to difficult is 20 only. Can you do that? Cannot, because it's 90. It has to be 100%. So it means that you can do 30, 40, 30 if you want to do that. Okay, now let's go for 40, 40, 20. You see what happens here? The marks are already decided. The marks are already given to you. You don't have to do the calculation. Percentage this, percentage that. No need. The marks already come. So now, if you have a paper that the total marks of which is 40, you need to have 16 marks allocated for easy questions, 16 marks allocated for moderate, and 8 marks allocated for the difficult questions if your distribution is like this. 40, 40, 20. But let's say if you want, no, I don't like that. I want 30, 40, 30. So can you see that the marks automatically change? 12, 16, 12. Okay. Okay. Now we come back to the popular choice, 40, 40, 20. All right. Now I come to this one. When you already know, easy questions should have 16 marks. So now the total here should be how many? Of course, 16. But is that box, is this box in green? It's not in green. So you cannot mess with that box. Don't mess with that box. Because it will automatically calculate the marks that you assign. All right. Now, you have to write your easy questions. You have to write your moderate questions. You have to write your difficult questions. Okay. What are the questions to write? So now, we have to consider one important thing. What is that? I'm going to show you this one first. Before you write your exam, before you write your questions, you need to know first, because we are talking about the final exam, what topics have you covered for continuous assessment? That is CA. Maybe you have a quiz. Maybe you have mid-semester examination, mid-semester test, for example. So what are the topics covered there? So this one will differ from one course to another, but I'm just putting it there. And then how many topics? I have written 14 topics because there are 14 weeks. Okay. So now I'm going to tell you, for example, if there is one lecturer who covers this topic of week 2, week 3, week 4, week 6, week 7, and then in the final examination, in the final examination, he wants to use the same topics as question for the final examination. Okay, please write in the chat box. You say okay or not okay. If it is okay, you write number 2. If it is okay, you write number 2. If it is not okay, you write number 1. Not okay, number 2. Okay, number 1. Sorry. Soalan, one more time. Let me write in the chat box. Okay, make it easier. Instead of using a number, let's say you type what you see here. You think it is okay, you write okay. If not okay, you write KO.
Dr. Badri, sorry, Dr. Badri, just want to ask, this Excel, is this you just develop? Because the current one we tak ada advanced
Tak
like
ada.
this.
This, I mean, just develop. Yes. Just
Okay, so you will you be sharing with us? This is very helpful.
Yeah, I know. I
Okay.
mentioned I will share. But now, if I share now, you are
Okay.
going to work on that. You don't listen to me.
Okay. Faham. Okay,
So
thank
you
you.
have to listen to me first.
Okay, faham. Because it's so advanced. I was just wondering kenapa the one that we have not as advanced like this. Okay, faham. Thank you, Doctor.
Okay. So now, we say that the lecturer for this course, outcome-based education, he is going to test in the final examination week 2 topic, week 3 topic, week 4 topic, week 6 topic, week 7 topic. My question, is this okay or not okay? So if it is okay, write okay. If it's not okay, write KO. Okay, I'm going to ask somebody who say KO. Anyone who would like to say why KO? Just give me just say why KO.
Because we have already tested them in the first half of the semester.
Okay, good. Very easy answer. Like Prof. Tami mentioned, we have tested them under continuous assessment.
Yes.
Now, in the final exam, we want to test the same topic. We'll, loads of things not assessed here. So you are living, you are not, if you come back to the analogy of the, the pool, you are not testing the deep end. So that's why there must be good distribution here. Okay, good distribution means what? Should every topic come out? The answer is no, because assessment is always about sampling. You don't have to cover everything. But you cannot cover just a small, like the, sampling. There must, a certain number has to be achieved. So similarly, for example, now, let's say there is another lecturer who assess under continuous assessment, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 6, week 7, but in the final exam, he is going to test week 5, 9, 11, and 13. Now you say whether this lecturer is okay or not okay. In the chat box. Now it is okay because the coverage is good. The questions covered, the questions for certain topics covered under continuous assessment, and there are other questions that are going to be covered under the final examination. So now, this part, is it done or not done? It's done. because this is continuous assessment. You need to develop questions from here. So now you go to topic of week 5. What is topic of week 5? So let's say if the topic is assessment in OBE. So you must create a question on assessment in OBE. That's how it is. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate another this one, because maybe when you mention week, you don't see the topic. So I'm going to do another one. Let's say this course is social media marketing. Social media marketing. Okay, ni apa dia? What's the ni? Oh, I need to connect. Alright. So let's say this is academy. Okay, topic of week 1, Facebook. 2 weeks of Facebook. Okay, 2 weeks of Insta. Instagram. And then TikTok. 9 weeks. TikTok. Okay. And then Google AdSense. And then YouTube. And then LinkedIn. And then WhatsApp. So every social media, I'm going to teach 2 weeks. 2 weeks, for example. So under continuous assessment, I have a question on FB, maybe some questions on Insta, and then TikTok, and also AdSense. And then in the final exam, I'm going to ask about YouTube, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, and another aspect of TikTok. So now I'm going to ask, okay, now TikTok, for example, I'm going to ask an easy question, or moderate question, or difficult question. So now let's say I want to use easy question. So I just write the easy question. For example, what are 2 methods of reaching out to the audience in TikTok? So this is just a recall. What are 2 methods of reaching out to the audience in TikTok? Okay, so this one is topic number 5. Okay, topic number 5. And what course learning outcome that I want to cover for this question? Let's say maybe I don't have the, of course, this is fictionary. We don't have this course. We refer to the course outline. So maybe outcome number 1. So how many marks I want to give? Maybe I want to give 4 marks, 2 and 2. Or maybe I want to give just 2 marks. So you see here what happened? The total is already there. So we have done 2. We have provided a question with 2 marks. How many more marks that we need? See here, easy. We need 14 more. 14 more marks to get that. All right. So I'm going to give now, coming back to the question of Dr. Abdul Hamid. How to say this is easy, this is moderate, this is difficult? The one answer that you should not give is like this. If the vetter asks you, why do you think that this question is difficult? Because I said so. So you just imagine Imam Bukhari, for example, he says, this hadith is sahih. Okay, Imam, why do you consider this hadith as sahih? Because I said so. I learned hadith so many years, you know. Can we accept Imam Bukhari? Can he stay until now if his approach is like that? Tell me. Cannot. Why did the name of Al-Bukhari survive? Why did his work survive? Because he developed a methodology. It's not something subjective. He doesn't say, when I consider this sahih, you don't ask, you don't need to ask me. I have spent 30 years learning hadith. He will explain to you because this hadith meet criteria number 1, number 2, number 3, number 5, number 4, number 5. So now, what is the criteria that we can use as a general guideline to determine which one is easy, which one is moderate, which one is difficult? Okay. The easiest way to do it is Bloom's taxonomy. Because Bloom's taxonomy is widely used, and if you base on the Bloom's taxonomy, you have something that many people have widely used, has used as reference. So less controversy, not many people are going to question you if you do that. So now, let's look at Bloom's taxonomy. Okay, I found this one, which is a brief chart or table for Bloom's. What we need to understand is actually the definition. Because many people, when they talk about Bloom's taxonomy, they come straight. What are the verbs? What are the verbs? What are the verbs? What are the keywords? If you do that, what happens is like this. I give you another analogy. If you go for the verbs first, without understanding the knowledge, without understanding the definition, it's like a man who buys what do you call the woman's shirt. What is it called? Blouse or whatever. Baju kurung, or the dress, women's dress. A bride's dress without having the candidate. You don't have the candidate yet, but you go buy a dress to suit the candidate later. Is it the right thinking? No, if you want to buy a dress to someone you are going to marry, find that someone first. You just imagine, you go and buy, size S, and then you try to find somebody who can fit into size S. Nobody does that. You find the candidate first, and then you find, okay, what is the measurement? So many people want to jump to the verbs. That's wrong. Cannot do that. You have to understand the definition, because sometimes the people hear knowledge and then they start to complain. Oh, everything is knowledge, because you don't understand Bloom. Bloom uses the word knowledge not for knowledge as we say, something that you figure out in your mind. No, the term knowledge in Bloom's terminology is about recall or regurgitate facts maybe even without understanding. Of course, it can be with understanding, but even without understanding, that is already one small form of a piece of knowledge, because it's here in your mind. Because some certain things we can recall without any understanding attached to that. This happens in human cognition. For example, if you are in Butterworth or in Georgetown, and then a foreigner, you bring a foreigner to Georgetown in Penang, and you say, this is Georgetown. So he will remember, this is Georgetown. But is there an understanding associated with it? Georgetown is the capital of Penang. You don't tell him, he doesn't understand. He doesn't know. But does he know that that place is Georgetown? Because you told him. So that is recall. Another time you bring him to that place and you say, okay, what is this place? What's the name of this place? He said, Georgetown. So recall. And then the highest in this original taxonomy is evaluation. Evaluation is to defend some opinions. To evaluate means to give opinions about whether something is good, advantageous, not good, not advantageous, pro and con, and things like that. So this is evaluation. So now, why I want to say that it's not all about verb. See here, you can number one under knowledge. Maybe I have to make it bigger. So here, under knowledge, you can see number one here is choose. But can you see under application, there is also choose. So, I mean, is this table wrong? The table is not wrong. You can use the word choose to ask knowledge question, and you can use the word choose to ask application question also. Because, for example, if you have two methods to do something, you can say, choose one of the two methods to solve this problem. So is it, you use the word choose. But is that application question or knowledge question? It's not knowledge question, because if you want to choose between two methods to solve a problem, it's no longer knowledge based on the definition. So now, if we know that there are 6 levels, I'm going to make it smaller now so that you can see the 6 level here. You have knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and last one, evaluation. Now, can you see where we can put easy, moderate, and difficult? Easy or not? We can have it as a rule of thumb, as a general guideline. I said general because sometimes not everything fits into a framework. It's normal to have some exceptions in certain circumstances, but as a general guideline, we can solve the problem of determining whether this is easy, moderate, or difficult by referring to this. How? We can agree that knowledge and comprehension belongs to the easy category. Application and analysis belongs to the moderate category. And synthesis and evaluation belong to the difficult category. So now, Dr. Abdul Hamid, I want to hear from you. Are you now clear?
Dr. Badri, we are using these already. I don't think we have a problem.
No, I want to hear from Dr. Abdul Hamid, because he asked how to know which one is easy, which one is. Are you there, Dr. Abdul Hamid?
نعم دكتور the problem is when it comes to those who are evaluating for me it might be easy, but then they will say no, it is not easy because they have maybe certain criteria or criterion to evaluate the way how we do
So that's why we need no. Let's not talk about the vectors yet. For you first. Now, if we say that if you create a question, you develop a question based on category 1 or category 2, you consider this under easy question. Is this clear to you or not? Because we have to start somewhere. Dr. Abdul Hamid?
نعم يعني okay I agree.
Is it clear for you now? For you. Vector is another story. That is secondary. For you first.
Yeah, for me it's clear now.
So now, which means that, for example, now, if you, now I've come to the vector situation. If the vector asks you, okay, this one I consider to be easy question. So the vector asks you, why do you consider this to be easy question? Because I only test knowledge in question number 1, and question number 2, I test only comprehension. Can't you see from the question, the way I wrote the question? So now you are answering on certain basis or not? If the vector asks you. Right? There's a certain basis. All right. I give some time for here if other people have questions. Maybe I allow 1 or 2 questions before we proceed. Anyone have any question? Okay, if you have discussed the evaluation of the theories in class, would the evaluation be considered as easy or difficult? This one, okay, very good question. Now, it depends on the complexity of the theory. And this is where you need to be able to justify. Because if the theory is complicated, even though you have done the evaluation in the class, to be able to understand something complicated is not that easy. So now you are going to, if you want to argue, this is, I ask, even though I have taught how to evaluate the theories in the class, so now how are you going to write the question? How are you going to write the question in the exam? If you write the questions in a way that allows the students to regurgitate, then it's not going to, to challenge them. It's not going to be a difficult, because, you give the points. So the strengths of the theory is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and then they memorize that, and you ask a question in such a way that they can bring back or throw out the same points in the exam. So, is it really an evaluation? But if you want the evaluation about the theory, you give a case, for example. You give a case and you say, discuss the strengths of this theory. If you want to apply a solution to this problem, then the student will need to, to think about that. So it's going to be difficult. Okay, Dr. Siti Noaisha, yes, I will share. Definitely, I will share. This one, I will share. Later on, I share the whole folder. Okay, so now I'm coming to question setting. Are you all up for it? How to develop questions? Okay. Now, to develop questions, we have to go to the easiest way to these days is to go to ChatGPT. Of course, you can you can use other things. Those who are familiar with other tools, you can try Claude, you can try Gemini, whatever. But for our own use, ChatGPT is the easiest way to handle this. All right. So how can we ask? How can we get ChatGPT to be our assistant, so that the ChatGPT will do the heavy lifting for us? All right.
Dr. Badri, there's one question in the chat.
Which one? What happens if the each question has easy, moderate? Okay. This one is about your planning. It's about your planning, Dr. Dr. Madiha. For example, you say, for example, in the actual paper that you give to the students, you might combine in one question. For example, what is the definition of this theory? How does this theory apply in this case? So you have one easy question, one moderate question, but you are going to assign marks. That's why we have the allocation of marks. In the table, in this table, you are going to separate. You can do that. You are going to separate the questions in the table, but in the question paper, the actual question paper, you can combine, no problem. Because this is the planning. All right. So now how I'm going to teach you how to make ChatGPT your assistant. All right. In developing questions. Okay. Number one, I'm going to share with you, as I mentioned to you, maybe I'll share it now so that you can, everybody can do this at the same time. Okay, let me create a link first for the item. Okay. Please click the link, and if you have done so, please write 7. If you're able to open the document, write number 7 in the chat box. 7. Okay, 7. Good. 7, 7. I want more 7, please. Flood the chat box with 7. MashaAllah. Okay. All right. So now you download this document. All right. Download this document. Now you go to ChatGPT. You go to ChatGPT and you click the plus button. You click the plus button. Here, it says add photos and files. Add photos and files. So you are going to click the button and then you are going to upload that taxonomy, that document. All right. So what are you going to write now? Number 1, we have to praise ChatGPT first. What do I mean by praise? You have to say what he is capable of doing. You have to, this is the trick. You have to assign him a task, assign him a role. You have to assign him a role. Maybe I have to say it. You have to assign it a role, not him. Okay. You are an expert who knows Bloom's taxonomy inside out. Whatever lah, you can maneuver, which means that you are going to say that now we are setting the role. He is the ChatGPT will become in this conversation or in this interaction the expert that knows every single thing about Bloom's taxonomy. I want to write questions that fit into the categories of the taxonomy. Question here, we can say exam questions. I want you to help me with that. So, enter. So, you can you see what does it say? That gives us a solid base, which means that the ChatGPT is not going to, go east and west and north and south to do his work. And see, let me outline how we can proceed to build exam questions across Bloom's 6 levels. So he has given this. Okay. Now, how do you create the questions? We have agreed just now that 1 and 2 are easy questions. 3 and 4, moderate questions. 5 and 6, difficult questions. So what am I going to do now? Now, if you have a book in PDF, it is so much easy to do this. If you don't have, how are you going to do? You can scan the book, whatever you can, what do you call the screenshot the pages that you want to create questions on. For example, you remember I want in the example that I've showed, I want to ask question about TikTok. I want to ask question about. So you screenshot from your book the pages about TikTok. And then what are you going to do? You are going to upload the material. So now I have prepared a book to show to you, to demonstrate to you. So I'm going to upload that book. Okay. I just want to check whether I have downloaded the book or not. Okay. This one. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to click on the plus button. Then I click on add photos or files. Of course, those who are advanced can add from Google Drive, but I'm not going to, you can explore that later, but I'm going to use the simple one. So add photos and files. Now I'm going to upload the book that I use to teach the course. So for example, this is the course that, the book that I teach, TikTok and social media and whatever. Social media strategies for the modern. Have you assigned the role for ChatGPT? You have assigned the role. Have you told him how you want him to function? I always say him. Sorry. We say that because of gender bias, maybe. Okay. For female, you say her to ChatGPT. Okay. Now, I say, give me 10 questions. Okay, let's say, give me 5 questions from the knowledge category. From the attached document, the attached book or document. See what happened? Define what is meant by digital presence in the context of entrepreneurship. List 3 early social media platforms mentioned in the book that shaped the evolution of social networking. So now, in our question paper, do we need to put in the book? We can remove. But it already gives you ideas about what to ask. The heavy lifting has been done. Name 2 platform highlighted in the book. You don't need the book, for example. Okay. Now, now, you ask him, now, give me 5 questions that fit into the comprehension category. So then you ask how many questions you want to from application form or whatever. Okay. So now we have the questions. And now I want to give you the Excel link so that you can work it out based on this.
Assalamualaikum, Dr. Badri. Sorry.
Waalaikumsalam.
This is Dr. Diana. I think I would like to highlight a bit lah, about this issue. I mean, thank you for the techniques just now. But I think for all of us, the lecturers, if you want to upload the copyrighted book, for example, especially the textbook, please check first lah the textbook, because nowadays many textbooks have explicitly state that the textbook cannot be explicitly used to train the AI. So I think before we want to upload the textbook or any copyrighted materials to the ChatGPT, Claude or Gemini whatsoever, we need to check first the terms and condition of the textbook. Otherwise, it can be backfired to us lah, especially if there is a clear statement in the textbook that said this textbook cannot be used to train AI. This is just my opinion. Thank you.
Your opinion is not wrong, Doctor, but from the textbook, if you write your PowerPoint presentation and then you upload your PowerPoint presentation, does that infringe the copyright?
No, the textbook when you just now you upload the textbook, the especially the parts, the chapters, the whatsoever, when we uploaded it into the ChatGPT, that textbook is the one is being used by the GPT to train the AI and to train their models. So I think that is.
I want you to answer my question. I want you to answer my question first. My question is that now if you have a copyrighted textbook and then from there you develop your notes.
Develop the notes is okay. But when you upload it...
No, I have not completed my question.
Okay, right.
You have a copyrighted textbook and then you develop notes from that textbook and you upload your notes into ChatGPT. Is that infringement of copyright or not?
If our notes, if our
yes or no?
PowerPoint,
yes or no?
Copyright of whom? I want to ask you
that's
again.
Why
Copyright
understand.
of whom?
Listen to my question carefully. You have a copyrighted books. You read the books.
Your own copyrighted book or the one you bought.
No, the one you bought is a copyrighted book.
Yes.
Let's say by Smith. Somebody called Smith. That book is copyrighted. You study the book and you write notes. And then you upload your notes into ChatGPT. Is that infringement of copyright or not?
That is not infringement of the copyright.
Okay, that is the answer that I want to hear. That is the answer that I want to hear. Which means that if you are dealing with copyrighted material, that is the way to do it. You produce your own material and then you upload. And then you prompt ChatGPT to create questions from the notes.
I know. I understand that. I'm just saying that. I'm not saying that what you say is wrong. I'm just saying that don't upload the whole textbook. Itu saja.
That's why I want to make it clear to everybody.
Right.
So that when you are dealing with, we are not saying that you have to infringe copyright. The book that I uploaded is my book.
Okay, so I mean that is just thank you.
So now, if you are dealing with copyright, now for those who from IRK, that attended my earlier physical face-to-face workshop, I told them that you can use the PDF if it is publicly shared. I never ask anybody to infringe the copyright because it's unethical. But there is a way to go around that, which is you legitimately studied the book and you wrote the notes and you upload. So that solve the problem of copywriting, infringement of copyrights. But the same result can take place, which is for the ChatGPT to create questions. I'm not saying that you have to copy 100% from ChatGPT, but that already gives you, some ideas about what to write. Even if you want to write the questions, we are not talking about submitting a PhD thesis. This is a question to test the student. So if the question is valid, like we are using the question bank, for example, we can use question banks from other people. As long as it is publicly available. All right, so now I want you, why not you all try the Google Sheet and see what happens. Maybe I will ask, one or two of you to share how this is done for the course. So now you know how to figure out the distribution of marks and how to create easy, difficult, and easy, moderate, and difficult questions. So I give you, let's say, 5 minutes. I've shared the. Okay, I have shared the spreadsheet. You download the spreadsheet and open it in Excel. Okay. Taxonomy. Okay. Okay, Dr. Tanya, yes, you can only view. That's why you need to download. You click on the file. Click on the file. You can find download option. So you download and open it in Excel. Because if I give editor access, then everybody will be working on the same document. Okay, anybody has completed? Maybe if you would like to share, I would appreciate your sharing. Okay, I have a question here from a comment from the Prof. Mahmudul Hassan, because he's still resistant using ChatGPT. Here, those who want to develop the questions on their own, based on their understanding of the Bloom's taxonomy and differentiation between the levels, we say ahlan wa sahlan, not an issue at all. But if you have ChatGPT as a tool to help you, then if you are able to make use of it to support your work, those who want to do it, to me, no issue. Because, for example, I just want to tell you, previously I used to struggle when we attend important meetings. We have to write minutes, and then of course I should not be writing the minutes of meetings. In my position, I have to assign somebody else to write the minutes. But when I assign officers to write the minutes, you end up correcting the grammatical mistakes, ensuring that the expression is right, the expression is idiomatic, and all these things. Now, they write the draft, and I ask them, you put the draft in ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to use proper English in terms of grammaticality and word usage and all these things. And then the item will be beautiful. I don't have to correct the grammar anymore. I just concentrate on the content. So that is what you call to me, is intelligent way of using AI, not to be slave of AI. We become the master of AI. We subject the ChatGPT to our needs. We do not let ChatGPT enslave us. That's the point. Okay, Dr. Olsi says, when it comes to history, I do not trust. Who asked you to trust ChatGPT for history? It's not meant for that. It is meant to be an assistant for things that it can handle. For history, even books you have to verify. Not all documents can be trusted. What more, ChatGPT? Okay, can I have somebody volunteering to share the result of the test specification first, and then maybe some of the question that if you have prompted the ChatGPT. Okay, the dean is here with me, so I can say the dean can issue instruction by order of the dean. So should show the result. come on, we have a little bit more to cover, which is inshallah will will make you happy. If you are late here, then I don't have the time to share. Yeah, the prom, I know the prom. To download, I have asked. Actually, Dr. Buhida is asking about the prom, ChatGPT prom. But my request now is somebody, after you have downloaded the Excel file, try to fill it up and show it to us. Dr. Meor, you are the moderator. Maybe you can ask somebody who is going to share the screen.
I share.
You want to do that? Okay.
As the lab rat.
No, if it doesn't have to be perfect, we can
Okay.
correct
Okay.
them.
Okay, let's see. 1 second.
Okay. All right. So can you go up?
Okay. Okay. That's the
Go up.
test
Okay.
subject.
So now Western political thought. So you want to do it 30, 40, 30. So did you have to do the calculation?
No, I just input 30, 40.
Yeah, you just input the percentage that you want. Okay, so now, for example, your easy question, just for example, who was the author of the Republic and what was the central theme of the work? So this is topic number 3. Okay, now you go to instead of doing this, can you see template there down there? Yes. So the template has the weeks. The working also, can you go to working? So now, can you go to number 25 on the left side? Okay. So, right. And then you, go to 25. The cursor at 25. Okay. You bring it, scroll it down until 45. Until 45. Okay. So, right click, unhide. Right click, unhide. Okay, see? Now, because I didn't want to show it first, because I want to bring things steps by step. Now, after you have understood, that's why everything can be shown. So now, for example, you can remove the what you call the ticks there. You do it according to what you have done in your class. So, for example, now you are going to tick yes, because number 3, for example. All right. So, easy or not? Easy. So, who among those who attend here still cannot do this? I think this is a safe learning environment. You can share. If you struggle, why not you share your screen and then we can work it out. Okay, let's see your moderate question. Okay. See, compare the political structures of Athens and Sparta, highlighting the ideological differences between them. This is topic number 4, CLO number 1. You want to give 16 marks, for example. Okay. So 16. Does it tally with the 16 above there? Okay, moderate 16. That's how you look at it. But if you put 15, for example, there, so it does not tally. Okay, the difficult question. What do you call? Okay, now I want you to go to number 68. And then scroll down to 70. No, scroll to 70 and unhide. No, it cannot be done like that. It has to be on the until you get yes, you get that arrow. Okay, so unhide. I have hidden my one of the questions here. Example. Okay, now in Excel, one of the problems is like this. So how are you going to deal with it? Because you cannot see the whole thing. So Dr. Meor, can you go up? You see, tell me. Can you tell me? No, on the ribbon. On the ribbon. You know ribbon? The up there. Yes, you can you see thoughts in English? And then under that you can see a wrap text. Okay, so yeah, click that. Okay, so you have got the text is wrapped. So now you have to wrap text. Okay, now you lengthen the number 10. Go to number 69. Okay, lengthen. Okay, see the whole questions is already there. All right. So can I have one more? One more volunteer. I think the one enthusiastic about it, just now is I think Dr. Rabiatul, I think. You just where is the template? So are you willing to share, Dr. Rabiatul Adawiyah? Anybody? Come on. Okay, Dr. Ammar. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, good. So you also want 40-40-20. Sorry, you want 40-40-20. This is good because what I mean to say is that we have one example of 30-40-30. Now you are sharing your decision is 40-40-20. So there is a differentiation there. So now the marks will be 16-16, 8. So now let's look at easy question. So now 5, 6, 5, 5. So altogether 16. The easy question should be 16. Okay, now you look at number 2. Sorry, number 2 under the easy question. So can you go to number 48? Move your cursor to number 48. You know, 48 on the left side. No. Question number 2, and yes, yeah, okay. So click on that, and then go to the no. Go to the line under 48. Still on 48. On the number 48. Okay, so you drag down. No, not like that. Okay.
What do you want me to do exactly?
Okay, now stay on that. You move the cursor a little bit until you reach the line under number 48. Up a little bit more. Okay, you see that sign? That sign, it means that you are going to lengthen the box. So drag down. See? All right. Now, you cannot see what is after Athar. Okay, you click on that box, number 2. Okay, this one. Go up. The cursor, your cursor, go up. You can you see merge and center? Merge and center. Up.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Up there is wrap text. Above merge and center, there is wrap text. Okay. Do that. So see what happened? The hidden word has already come down, right? Can you see that? Okay, now go to number 25 on your left. Okay, this one, drag down until number 45. No, not like that. The using the arrow. Okay, 25, go to 25. Okay, arrow. Okay, drag down. No, keep the arrow. Yes. No. We want the arrow. Yeah, the arrow and drag.
You have to click to drag or just
Huh?
to keep the arrow. Do I have to click?
That while
Then
holding your left click. While holding your left click. No, get the arrow first, not the cross. Okay. Holding on your right, on your left click. No, that one is, yes, that's one. Arrow. No.
No,
Arrow,
if
okay.
I click, it will change.
No, right click, keep it there, right click. You drag down until 45.
It doesn't. Only if they do this. No, it doesn't actually. It doesn't work for me. I don't know why.
Okay, let me show it on my screen.
Okay.
Okay. Stop sharing and then I'll show it on my screen. Okay, now here, can you see my cursor on number 44? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So now if I click, do I get the arrow or not?
Yes.
The black arrow. Can you see the black arrow?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you see the black arrow, you just drag down. So for example, from 25, now I'm going to, okay. Okay, now number 25. See, over here is the black, the white cross. Can you see the white cross there? Right, Dr. Amar?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if I move my cursor to the number, what happens?
You will see the arrow, the black arrow.
Black arrow. The black arrow, you click. So it becomes white cross, right?
Okay.
Hold on to that. Hold on to the left click and then drag this down. And then release. So you see there are you can see two lines highlighted. But the number jumped from 25 to 45. It means that there are some lines that are hidden. So now how do I unhide? Sorry about that. You go to number 25 again, you right click. When you right click, you see the menu, you go and click unhide. So can you do it now?
Try it, then I will see. Just give me a moment, please.
Can you do it?
I'm trying to do it. I don't know, because actually I'm not used to it. I don't use Excel too much.
No, you can. Somebody from the department can help you with that. Some of them have attended the earlier, training. IRK people. Never mind. So now, what I want to now just to reinforce, in terms of using this Excel sheet, you input the course title and the course code, and then you input the. This is for everybody. Input the choice or percentage. So for example, if I choose 40, 40, 20, this will come, the marks are already converted. All right. So now what you need to do is to create the question. But I want to ask about the sequence. Do you create the question and then come back to fill up this one? Or you fill up this one first before you write the question? Which one is first? Huh? Which one is first? The one that is up first. Because it's planning. Earlier one, why didn't I show that? Because I want to go step by step. Sometimes you have to show the latest step in order for you to understand the earlier step. But in terms of you, after you have understood everything, you have to tick this one first before you create the question. Because your question is going to be in light of the topic selected and in light of the CLO. Dr. Amar, do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay. So now, what is left? It's 11:50 now. We should be concluding in maybe about 20 minutes. So now, I want to show you another segment that can help you a lot if you know how to use ChatGPT. Or if you want to use other models, up to you. But if I teach you 3 models, then everybody get confused today. Just one simple model, which is ChatGPT. All right. Now, we go to ChatGPT. I'm going to show you something that has been prepared. One moment. Okay. All right. So now, if you can see here, I have done just a sample of questions. So there are 4 questions under knowledge, which is easy questions. There are 2 questions under analyze, moderate questions. There's 1 question under evaluation, which is the difficult question. And I have given the marks distribution here. 4, 2, 6, 4, 16. So 16 and 8. All right. So now, you can see here. So there are, I'm going to write, I'm going to give 7 questions in the examination of social media marketing. Okay. What do I have to do? I have to create the marking scheme or answer scheme. So for example, here, I can do this. For example, in if I want to do it on Word, I can do it. I want to do it in Excel, I can do it. For example, question number 1, the criteria is accuracy of recall. So I say the mark allocation is 1 mark for each correctly listed platform. Because the question is very easy, list 4 major social media platform. So if the list, one listed item is correct, is 1 mark. 1 mark. For example, just for the demonstration. Okay. Now, question number 2, define the term. So it's not listing. It's not listing. Define the term as described in the context of measuring social media success. So now, how do I give marks? So if somebody provides a clear and complete definition, he will get 2 marks. And who gives partially correct definition is 1 mark. Partially correct. Somebody who gives incorrect or irrelevant definition, 0 mark. So, and the total mark is 2. As you can see here, is the total is 2. And so on and so forth. All right. Question number 3. Again, accuracy of recall. 2 marks for each correctly listed types of data. So 6. So there are, because I want 3, so 2 multiplied by 3, 6. Okay. Now question number 5. This is moderate. So I have a different way of giving marks. For example, it depends on the depth of comparison. If the student provides at least 3 clear distinctions. Distinction of what? Distinctions of, let's say, number 1, Facebook and Instagram. So 3 clear distinction, then I can give from 6 to 8. So what this means is that if I'm not marking, somebody else can easily follow. That's the point of having a marking scheme. Okay, but it looks very complicated, Dr. Badri. So now we want ChatGPT to make it easy for us. How do we do that? Now, if you go to your what do you call, your table of test specification, you already have the questions. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to snip. What is the meaning of snip? Screenshot. But I'm going to screenshot specifically at the questions that I have here. Okay. One moment. Is because I'm setting this to video. So this one, okay. This one is all right. So I have got the screenshot. So I'm going to show you the screenshot right now. It's a bit slow. Sorry. Okay. You can see here. This is what I I gathered by snipping, having the screenshot. So now this screenshot is already under Control V, which is copied. Now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to ChatGPT. ChatGPT, you can do as a new chat, or you can continue from the previous thing that we have done. So now, for example, I can upload because this is under control, this is under already control C, which is something that already copied is in the clipboard. I can just control V. I can just do control V. Okay, I will do it again because it's not, forgot to share now. Okay, I'll do it again. Okay, now this is the page that we were working just now. We were working on just now. So here, in the prompt box, I just control V. I do control V because it's already in the clipboard. The first thing, I want to ensure that the ChatGPT understands the table correctly. So I'm going to ask him, again him, I'm going to ask ChatGPT, say, show me that you read the attached document correctly. Because we want to be sure that is is correctly understood. So he says, yes, I can confirm that I have read your attached document correctly. Here's a breakdown. So we can see, okay, list 4 major social media platforms that are critical for entrepreneurs to build their digital presence, 4 marks. Yes, correct. Define the term engagement metric, 2 marks. 3 types of data, 6 marks. Example of video content types, 4 marks. Subtotal, 16 marks. And analyze question, okay, 8 marks, 16. Evaluation, 1 question, 8 marks. So now, I'm going to say, give me a marking rubric for the questions above. Now, have you got the marking scheme or not? Dr. Meor, the marking scheme is ready or not?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
So now, what is our job as lecturer? Don't be slave to ChatGPT. Review. But you have something ready in front of you already. So has it done the heavy lifting for you? Yeah, you now have to review only. You don't have to crack your head about, what to do. Of course, you can adjust, but a lot of work has been done. You know how many? You can you see how many minutes this table comes out? Not even 5 minutes. The prompt before, you have to give the okay. There's a question from Dr. Nazra. What is the prompt? Number 1, when we upload our questions, we must ask ChatGPT to confirm that that ChatGPT has understood or read it correctly. So that's why I say, show me that you read the attached document correctly. Because we don't want the ChatGPT to what is termed hallucinate. to go east and west and north and south. No. So we direct the ChatGPT to something that we have already prepared. So now when the ChatGPT gives the answer, we can see that okay, this is the questions or the item has been understood correctly. Then only we give what we want. We want a marking rubric. No, normally they use the word marking rubric. Of course, you can say scheme also. Now, if you are not happy, you can say give me an alternative, and then you compare. You compare. You can either take number 1 or number 2, or you can pick and choose. Some you take from number 1, some you take from number 2. But the heavy lifting is already done for you. Okay, so now practical time. I would like to you to do this in 10 minutes, and then I would like to get somebody to share. And then in the end, I'm going to ask, if you're not happy, then don't call me again.
ChatGPT, maybe you call him chat and better him chat.
Itulah, Pak Chat, Pak Chat. Tok Chat ke Pak Chat? Okay, minta share. The rubric sheet. The rubric sheet. That one I just want to show is complicated so that you appreciate it is easy to be done with ChatGPT. This one, after you have this, what you need to do is just copy. You just copy and put it in what you call? In Word, for example. Just copy. So I copied just now. So I'm going to put it here. Yep. And then you want to do cosmetic, you just put the boxes, the lines for the boxes up to your taste. Okay, 10 minutes. So the steps, let me write the steps for you for you to put your questions and the marks allocated in a document, either Word, Excel, or simply screen shot. upload that in the chat GPT prompt this. Okay. So anybody has got some results? Okay, anybody would like to share? Nak petik nama ni boleh tak ni? Dr. Riza.
Jangan doktor, saya tengah buat.
Okay, come on. Siapa yang boleh? Ada yang siap lagi? Oh, Dr. Meor, if you have done, you lah jadi ni lah. Jadi mangsa. You want to share?
1 second.
Do you have the workings on the ChatGPT? Okay. So, all right. You okay. Now the show me you have understood the document. So you said yes, here's a breakdown. So is that one is correct, right? But does it read the marks? Oh, it has 12 marks. All right. Uh, so it has given the rubric. And from that rubric, you put it in the Google Doc. Of course, you can put it in the what you call Word as well. So, what do you feel, Dr. Meor? You happy with the result that came out?
Happy. Just I will review after review the as
Yeah.
well. Mm.
All right. So, can you go back to that to the ChatGPT? Share the screen.
Okay.
Okay. On your top right, can you see the share button? Okay, click that. Okay, copy link. And then you can put that in the chat so that other people can learn from what you have done in the chat box. Put it in the chat box. No, not the chat GPT, the chat box.
Done. It's in the chat.
Okay. So now everybody can click on this and you can see the workings done by Dr. Meor. So that will be the end of my presentation. So we are left with 4 minutes according to the original time, which is Alhamdulillah, quite nice in terms of the timing. Any questions? Maybe
Assalamualaikum.
we can have a few questions here.
Dr. Badri, sorry, you haven't finished talking. Thank you very much for this workshop. I think it's very helpful. I just would like to say something about your template. I mean, the Excel template is very useful because you know automatically calculates for you. However, I find that for questions, like you said, some questions when we combine the levels in one question, the way that you have structured it with three separate sections actually is a little bit less how should I say, it's not so clear as in the template that we have been using from the kuliah, which puts the difficulty level side by side in a column. So if you have a question that combines, say, easy, moderate, and difficult in one question, in your Excel template, it would appear in three different sections, and we would have to break up the question accordingly. I mean, while it works, it can be done, of course. I find it to be much more difficult to see, actually. I mean, just to look at it in one glance, if we use the old template, we can see, oh, this question covers all three levels, for example. So I'm wondering whether that template maybe could be fine-tuned a bit further. Thank you very much.
No, the issue here is the marking, because if we combine the three, the issue is not about combining the three in one question. When you combine the three in one question, so now what is the if you do not have the segregation of marks, so it's going to mess with the marks distribution. For example, let's say if you assign 10 marks for for the three questions that you combine all together.
Dr. Badri, it's
So
not
now,
that it has not been segregated. And when I use the old template, I can segregate it according to the level of the difficulty, and it's very obvious. For example, that this one question has 3 different levels. It's easy to see in one glance. Whereas if I have to indicate it in separate sections, as in the Excel that you've shared, I have to reproduce the same question 3 times and then indicate the 3 different levels. It's a little bit more confusing actually for reviewing, just for reviewing. I mean, in terms of planning and all that is wonderful, no problem at all. Just that to look at it in one glance, it is easier to do so in the template that we've been using before. Yeah. So I'm just wondering whether that you could fine tune the Excel sheet in such a way that we
yeah,
can do
that
the
one
same
is,
thing.
actually that one is can be solved very easily, because we can put the other one, the section next to, on the right of the planning box, on the right of the planning box, we can put another box, the questions as they will appear on the question paper. So, and then we tag this question has, the element of easy, moderate, and difficult. So that one is very easy to do. We can add on the right of the planning table. So it's to me it's very straightforward.
Yeah, I think it's not very clear from, if I tell you, maybe I need to show you. Thank you very much.
All right. Any other question?
Naam, bro. Assalamu alaikum once again.
Waalaikumsalam, yes.
Yes, before we end, actually, when I asked about who defines, who determines easy or not, because we have a problem with sometimes in Arabic, for instance, when you say arif or define, whenever we ask define, it is about knowledge. So it should not be about analyze or evaluate. But the
No,
way
you see, Dr. Abdul Hamid, I have clarified this point. If you remember well, I
I
have
hope
clarified
you
this
can
point.
give me one more minute, Prophet.
Do
Again?
not, do not depend on the verb that you start the question with. We
Yeah.
have to look at the whole thing. So now, if you say arif al-wudu, that is different from arif al-masalih عند الفقهاء. You cannot say just because the first word is arif, this one is also arif. You say the second one must also be in the first one.
Yeah, Prof.
So that's why we want to clarify to everybody. We have to work on the definition. Al-hukmu ala shay' far'un an tasawwurihi. We have to work on the, So now if you understand, the veteran does not understand, it doesn't work. It in English they say it takes 2 to tango.
Yeah, Prof. Yeah, my issue here is now when you say define, it's supposed to be only under knowledge, so it is easy.
No, it's not. No. If you think like that, it's a wrong way of looking at it. We are not looking at define, then it must be under knowledge. Define can also be a word that come for, if you phrase the question correctly, it can be under analyze, for example. Define characteristics of certain theory or certain framework in comparison to another framework. So still, you use the word define, but what comes under knowledge, if you give a straightforward definition that the students will just remember, sometimes even without them understanding what it means. So now
Yep.
I just give you one example. Let's say we teach the student as-salah aqwalun wa af'alun muftatahatun bit-takbir wa muhtatamatun bit-taslim bi syara'it muayyanah. So we ask them to memorize that. And in the exam, they produce the same. Between two students, based on what they have written, can you differentiate which one just memorize and another one who memorize and understand?
If I give my example, Prof, but
No,
maybe
just answer my question first. Can you differentiate?
Prof, I have a valid point I want to express. Could you let me
No,
finish?
before you come to your point, let us be clear about that first, so that we come on the same page. You see? So my question is that if you have a straightforward definition, like as-salah aqwalun wa af'alun muftatahatun bit takbir wa muhtatamatun bit taslim bi syurut muayyana, and then you teach the student this definition. So two students memorize this definition perfectly, and in the exam you say arif as-salah, and the two students gave exactly the same answer. In reality, maybe one of them just memorized but then doesn't understand. Another person memorize and understand. By looking at their answer, can you differentiate between these two students? Can you differentiate or not?
I think we can differentiate, definitely, Dr. Badri.
No, I'm asking Dr. Abdul Hamid.
Yeah, Prof. Actually, I wanted to ask about as-salah, the question, the final salah for us, for the one who knows only salah, he will say salah start from kada ila akhiri. But when the lecturer means as-salah literally, which has so many meanings. So if the students reply as-salah min Allah, when the Imam says the Khatib every Friday, Inna Allah wa malaikatu yusalluna ala nabi. So what is salah from Allah, from malaika, from us? The meaning of salah is different. From Allah is mercy. From malaika is istighfar or forgiveness. From us is supplication. So the question defines salah, it will be so different from student to another. Now, when it comes to salah, as salah, even we have salatul khawf. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us, we have never experienced salatul khawf. But if the lecturer is asking about salatul khawf, now it is not easy, because he's asking about a very complicated term. Even in politics,
So
he said the first word.
Doctor, that's why I have said, when you say arif, there is a difference between saying arif al-wudu and arif al-masalih al-mursalah عند الفقهاء.
So the issue now in this Bloom taxonomy, when whatever comes under knowledge is supposed to be defined, identified, described.
No, that's why you have to correct your understanding. Your understanding is not right at the moment, because your understanding is that you look at the dress before looking at the bride. I want you to understand the definition, then sort out the phrasing according to what fits into the definition. You cannot say, oh, definition must be everything must fall under knowledge. I'm not saying that. I didn't say that.
No. I'm talking about easy, Prof. When we say define, it's supposed to be an easy question, isn't it? Usually.
No. I did not say that at all. If you understand that define must be easy question, then you are wrong. Your understanding must be corrected. There is no one size fits all. There are certain things that need to be defined, and it's a complicated concept. is not under knowledge.
According to this Bloom taxonomy, when you say define, it's easy under knowledge. But when you make it so complicated, you have to say connect, revise, devise, correlate, isn't it?
That's the problem. The problem is that when people are confused, things that are clear also get confused. Yeah, that's the thing. So what I want to say is that now I want to cut down this assumption. I want to refute this assumption altogether today. Cut it off. The moment define is used, it is always knowledge. I am going to say today, I want to emphasize today, it is not necessarily the case. Because define can also be something that is more complicated. So don't judge someone using the word define. Oh, you have done the wrong categorization. You use the word define. This must be easy question. I didn't say that. And it cannot be the case. But some definitions are, in fact, easy. Some definitions are easy. You ask me to define, now you ask me to define general relativity. I can't give you the answer right away. I have to refer. Why? Because it is complicated. All right. Okay, so any other question? Okay, Dr. Nazra asked whether it is okay to ask recall questions in the final exam. For easy, under the easy category. To me, it's no problem to ask recall questions in the final exam under easy question. It's not a problem. The only problem is that leveling. If you consider the level, then it is fine. But if you ask recall questions that somebody in the primary school also can answer, then that is the level issue. It's not the recall or the category type issue. Okay. All right. Any other?
Prof, Assalamu alaikum, Prof.
Walaikum salam.
How about critical thinking? Can we categorize under evaluation?
Yeah, critical thinking can be under synthesis. Critical thinking is a general concept that can come under analyze, under evaluate, under synthesis.
Okay. Not necessary to be, say, exactly under evaluation.
No, not necessary.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right. I guess, Dr. Meor, we can. So sometimes, when I present, especially when it is not in a face-to-face situation, the enthusiasm got into because you don't react direct to human beings in front of you. So if in any way I have injured anyone's feeling, I ask for forgiveness. It's just that this is what you call. Sometimes when you are in the online meeting, you want to emphasize a point, the situation maybe it looks much worse than what it actually happens if we have a face-to-face situation. So if I have hurt the feeling of anyone, so I'm sorry about that. I'm sincerely apologize, and if there is any benefit from this, we thank Allah Subhanahu wa Taala in all بتوفيقه سبحانه وتعالى. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يعلمنا ما ينفعنا وينفعنا بما علمنا ويزيدنا علما ويلحقنا بعباده الصالحين. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for the detailed and insightful advice tips session that we just had. Thank you for the coaching as well. I think before we end, I'll just briefly recap some of the key points. Number one, I think we will all have to excel. Number two, I look to maybe my next swim, which reminds me I have to teach my sons swimming as well, deep and shallow end. Also, I haven't bought my wife a dress in a very long time. I just remember. And most of all, thank you so much, Dr. Badri, for showing us a bit of, lending us a bit of strength, helping us with a tool for the heavy lifting. So our sincere thank you again to Associate Professor Dr. Badri Najib for leading the workshop. Thank you to all the participants for your engagement. And then please remember there's an attendance link. This one is useful as well. And then if there's anything, inshallah, we'll see you around and then we'll get feedback from the session.
Okay, I'm sharing now. I'm sharing now the whole folder.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Okay, so with that, I think we conclude today's session. May this workshop benefit our teaching and our assessment practices moving forward. Inshallah, we'll have a good semester, everyone, and then hopefully the students as well will be able to answer the question, which is also the other sort of important part of all this. With that, wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you much, everyone. Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Thank you.